Mr. Brooks, what happened?
I don't know what happened. Just went off.
Please unmute yourself. Thank you. What happened?
It just went off. The phone just went off.
Okay. So we were waiting for you to log back in. Mr. Mubayed called you also on your cell phone during that time. We've done nothing other than I'm taking judicial notice of all the previously entered recommended orders and orders in this case. All right, go ahead, Mr. Mubayed. Continue your question.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna ask a quick question here. I saw that there was a phone in your shirt pocket. Sir, is that phone currently on and recording?
I'm going to tell you again that this court does not have any jurisdiction at this point in time to hear this matter. And I'm stating that on record. You don't have any jurisdiction. You do not have any jurisdiction to ask me a question. You lost that jurisdiction. You lost that jurisdiction. You lost that jurisdiction. If you want that jurisdiction, you have to vacate this matter because it's fraud and restart this case.
Okay. Are you recording this hearing, Mr.
You have no jurisdiction to ask me the questions.
Mr. Mubayed, anything else? Or did you want to ask him any other questions?
No, Your Honor, I don't think.
Let him record it. If he wants to record it, let him do so. Anything else, Mr. Mubayed?
No, Your Honor, I don't think it would be fruitful at this point. Again, as previously mentioned, I do believe at this point that there is a present ability to pay, just through the testimony alone that he does have a mortgage, that he does live with his wife and child. He won't tell us how much that mortgage is, but he does indicate that the mortgage is in good standing. Given general knowledge of mortgages and what they go for, I believe Mr. Brooks does live in the state of Florida. He does have a present ability to pay something, if not just the current support amount in this case. There haven't been any payments since April of 2021. So the state believes that he is either voluntary unemployed or voluntary underemployed, I apologize, or concealing his income, Your Honor. And again, the arrears were set at just north of $61,000. So the state would be seeking a financial contempt in this case.
All right. And also, Mr. Brooks just testified that he receives disability, correct?
Was that a question for me, Your Honor?
Yeah.
Yes, I believe he did say that he does receive disability, Your Honor, and I think it's on record and previous that he does receive disability from the Veteran Affairs.
$2,500 a month or more?
I'm not sure of the number, Your Honor, so I would hesitate to comment, especially considering that he might be recording this session.
Well, I saw somewhere in a previous court order, let me look. Court order entered May 13th, 2024. Let's see. Yeah. So in a court order entered May 13th, 2024 by Judge Ruiz Cohen, which I take judicial notice of, at that hearings previously before me, father had testified that he won a lawsuit in the state of Delaware, which resulted in a judgment being awarded to him in the amount of $250,000. He admitted that he sold his house in Delaware, where he received $50,000 net after paying the contractors and his current wife, who was the other owner of the house. He also admitted that he did not use any of the money from the Delaware lawsuit or the sale of the house in Delaware to pay his child support. He testified that he is not currently working and uses disability benefits for income. He testified that he receives $2,500 per month in disability benefits from his past employer, the Delaware Railroad. And he stated that he did not remember the last time he has had any contact with the party's child. Mr. Brooks, is there anything you'd like to add?
Once again, there's fraud in this case and you have totally overlooked it. Can I share my screen to show the fraud that exists in this case?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay, so let me go first and show line item number 18. This is the actual value of what I paid. Line item number 22, this is the actual amount that I paid. In total, this is over $1,200. So this is my financial affidavit that was used in this case. Let me go up here and show. This says financial affidavit that was filed in this matter. Okay, so I'm going to look at the child support worksheet that was used to calculate You tell me no. This says state, local, and other income tax. It says zero. I'm sure everybody is seeing this. I'm sure everybody is seeing this. This says zero. This says monetary retirement payment. This says zero. I'm sure that fraud on the court states that a failure to disclose material facts is fraud on the court. Yet still, this court have continued to violate my rights. And now you tell me again that you're going to violate my rights and find me in contempt? A motion for contempt is for those who have been found guilty of fraud on court. Or is it that I'm the victim of fraud on court and I'm going to be found in contempt? You explain that to me. You guys have been overlooking this from years. You guys have no interest to hear what is going on because you guys are going to do whatever you want to do. You guys are going to continue to commit fraud. Why this information was filed in my file? Here it is. Why this information is filed right here? It's stated, line 18, and this says my monthly federal, local, and income tax. There's a positive number right there, positive. So this means that, here it is right here, monthly monetary retirement payment, $582. Yet still, deliberately, this was made to be zero. And Mr. Omar is going to tell me now that, oh, well, you owe $61,000. That's not what law states. You work with the state attorney office.
Yeah, you don't need to respond.
Understood.
Okay, Mr. Brooks, let me ask you a question there.
Yes, go ahead.
What do you believe is the proper child support amount you should have been paying?
That's your job. I know that the number right here.
Is it the $630 on these guidelines here?
Which $630? Where's $630? I'm not seeing $630 nowhere. That's the one I'm saying.
Where it says adjusted guidelines and it says
No.
silver is $630. That's the amount you, according to these guidelines that you're showing me, you should have been paying.
I didn't. This is not something that, if you look at the bottom, it says Miss Renita Henry. I was the one who did this.
Okay, sir, you are showing me these guidelines because you believe these are the correct guidelines, correct?
These are the numbers that were utilized, were filed with the court. They are incorrect. Any number that is in that financial affidavit should have been used to calculate child support. That's what Florida Statute 621.30 states.
Can you please stop sharing your screen at this time?
Sure.
Thank you.
So all you're going to say to
My
me,
question to you, Mr. Brooks, is if you do not believe that the correct amount was the amount that you've been ordered to pay, if you believe that there is a lesser amount you should have been paying instead, have you been paying $100
No.
a month towards your child
no,
support?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this is fraud on court. The law states,
Have
not,
you paid $100 towards your child support?
the law states that this is fraud on court. A crime was committed.
Have you
When I
paid
cried,
$50
oh,
a month towards your child support obligation?
what does the law state? What does the law state? Okay, I'm going to remind you. You're the magistrate. I'm going to tell what the law states when there's fraud in court. The law states. The law states that when there's fraud in court, the case should be vacated and should not be retried until 2 years. I'm the one who made these laws. Are you following the laws? No, you're
I am
not.
following the law, sir.
Okay,
Because
so
I'm
you-
following- because I'm going to ask you to stop speaking now.
Okay.
Because I am following the law, Mr. Mubayed, the state's motion for contempt is granted. I find the arrears are in the amount we stated before. of the
So you're overlooking fraud.
$6,000.
You're overlooking
And
fraud. I just proved to you.
require an arrears payment or
I
purchase
proved to you
payment,
fraud and you're overlooking it.
Mr. Brooks.
I proved to you fraud not too long ago and you omitted it. You are just overlooking it again.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brooks, for your position. I understand your position, and I thank you for being so
Wow.
adamant about it. Mr.
Wow.
Mubayed, your motion for contempt is granted. What else would you like me to do at this time?
I showed evidence a while ago. Show me evidence. Show me evidence why omission is not fraud.
Okay, Mr. Brooks, I understand your position. Thank you. Mr. Mubayed, what would you
Wow.
like me to do at this time?
Your
Wow.
Honor, Your Honor, the state
Wow.
requests a purge payment in this case. And if
Wow.
if the purge is not paid, then a writ of bodily attachment would be issued.
And what has been the previous purge payments entered by Judge Ruiz Cohen or any other court order?
A couple of the orders, I believe, had an indication of $3,000.
Wow.
There have been several orders in this case, and numerous, to be honest, Your Honor.
All right, so I'll keep the purge payment as the same one entered by previous court orders, which the third DCA has ratified and affirmed. So a $3,000 purge payment then, Mr. Mubayed, and if not paid, then a writ of bodily attachment will be.
So
entered.
you are overlooking the law.
Your Honor, a pay by date,
You guys are sitting there and
Will be
overlooking the law.
January 10th.
Wow,
Yeah, 1 week.
Understood.
this is funny.
Okay, Mr.
But I can tell one
It's a
thing.
pleasure to see you again.
God will take care of the
Mubayed,
situation.
Please prepare the recommended order.
God will take care of the situation. God will take care of the situation.
And cost in this case, Your Honor, denied?
Denied, yeah.
Understood.
God will take care of the
Everybody take care.
situation.
Everybody have a nice day. Bye-bye.
God will take care of the situation. Trust me. No worry yourself. Wow. Wow.